Judy was boring.
Hello.
Then Judy discovered ChumbaCasino.com.
It's my little escape.
Now Judy's the life of the party.
Oh, baby, mama's bringing home the bacon.
Whoa, take it easy, Judy. The Chumba life is for everybody. So go to ChumbaCasino.com and play over 100 casino-style games. Join today and play for free for your chance to redeem some serious prizes. ChumbaCasino.com. No purchase necessary. Void where prohibited by law. 18 plus terms and conditions apply. See website for details.
With Lucky Land Slots, you can get lucky just about anywhere.
Dearly beloved, we are gathered here today to... Has anyone seen the bride and groom?
Sorry, we're here. We were getting lucky in the limo and we lost track of time.
No, Lucky Land Casino, with cash prizes that add up quicker than a guest registry.
In that case, I pronounce you lucky.
Play for free at LuckyLandSlots.com. Daily bonuses are waiting. No purchase necessary. Void where prohibited by law. 18 plus. Terms and conditions apply. See website for details.
Ladies and gentlemen,
let's get started.
I have thought a lot in the last 24 hours.
Time to get your weekly sports fix.
By the skin of their teeth, they lost.
Then you can just ride it the whole thing.
With Sticks.
Boom shakalaka. We back in the building, boys and girls. Look at that. 3 in a matter of 7-8 days? What the hell's today? Wednesday?
I mean, this ain't no streak, but this is close as we get to a streak, bro.
This is what it's all about, though. This is the OG style, Nos Big Homie and Sticks, though. Getting it all built in and fired up, ready to go. In the words of the Nos Big Homie, fired up. I'll never forget that. Back in the day, the old school homie, when he wasn't so gray, it wasn't so hobbled. He was fired up all the time.
It was just for men at 28, bro. I was just fooling y'all. I was real nice at this. Yeah, and I was good at hiding it. But is the heat here or is the heat here? I had to bring us there in order to feel it. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. It's live. It's going down. Well, it's not live right now, but it will be going live. I am live. You should be live. Anybody whose ears is open without wax in them should be live right now because the NFL is here.
NFL is here. Mariners, best team in baseball. We're back.
That's a whole other thing.
And you know what else is here, homie? The NFL season, which means it's time to cash some paper, brother. Time to cash out and give back. We've been dabbling for what? 3 years now? Dabbling here and there. Just weighing it out, kind of getting the feel, see how the script goes. But a
lot longer than that if we wanted to be truthful. But yeah, we're trying to figure out the game in the pro game. Basically, now having availability, truly understanding ins and outs of points and the difference between a minus 140 and a minus 125. What does that mean to me? How much more am I paying versus the risk I'm involving? So it's a lot of education, and I'm willing to take it on. I know you are, and it's been fun, but it's been a danger. My pockets and the bread that's in there is endangered species messing around with this, so be careful.
It's about the numbers, right? It's all about betting the numbers and not betting what you really, really know is going to happen and what you like. You still got to get the best number. Am I right?
I mean, that's what it is. See, this is the one thing that we learned early on is we found out there's certain people that regardless, they will not pay you to win or lose. So therefore you can't go in there thinking that, I love these guys. This is a good guy. This is fandom. They should be able to score a touchdown and beat those guys. Right. There are reasons for this. Okay. So, it's a good education, but I mean, it's been a good run, man, and I feel us getting better. I don't know about you, but I feel us getting better. Last year was a bunch of shenanigans that you would never believe You could never predict, and it almost started week 1, if I'm not mistaken. I was almost ready to tap out week 1, if you remember right.
That's because we went hard and we didn't listen to Jones and Aaron Jones, our boy in Vegas, that says week 1 and 17 or whatever it is. No play, he just sits it out, watches. Excuse me, but I don't have that kind of lifestyle. I don't have that kind of patience. I see something I like and I want to get right in, especially after what we saw from last year and what we saw from this year. And to bounce off of that, as you were talking about with learning the game a little bit, college football is back too, baby. And with college football and baseball, your boy right here, Sticks, has, knock on wood, has been doing all right the past month and a half.
I don't believe it, but that's what I hear. Even though I did see proof, I still don't believe it.
well, you know how we do it, homie. You and I together, we roll together. It's just been you didn't believe in the stick shenanigans that were popping off the last month. Plus, you had a lot of shit going on in your life, so you couldn't get down and get in on that. So, but we roll together through football season. That's how we do it. So.
I'm trying to tell, how many times have you tried to explain playing baseball to me, and I still don't get it. I still don't think you've actually explained it to me still. So
I think I've explained it to you and the people a few times. Hey, they can go back in the archives and peep it out. When they're catching up on the show and getting back in it, they're going to say, hey, you know what the hell are these guys talking about? But speaking of the show, we're going to get into it here. So remember to subscribe, rate, and review on your favorite podcast platform. Go to thisisfutter.com for more podcasts and online content. We still have the merch out there. We got to get this out there right here. The Sports Fix with Sticks t-shirt we got popping off right now. Hat, hey, we got mugs. We got everything out there. Check us out on YouTube, Sports Fix with Sticks. Subscribe and smash the like button. Follow me on Twitter at Sticks015. Follow this guy, Nas Big Homie, at homie_anonymous. Follow the producer, Chris Donovan, at Chris_Donovan. And use the hashtag Sticks and Sports. Man, I was out there all freaking weekend. Where are you all at? I know you talk. I was talking. Speaking of college football, we're just gonna pop off with some college football. And you know what homie's favorite seg is? Homie's favorite seg is what gets you fired up. You know what gets me fired up right now?
Talk to him.
The Florida State Seminoles, baby. You did not believe Jordan Travis wasn't even in the Heisman top 5 before Sunday night. That dude was balling.
And I told you, now what did I say? And I told you this is the first year I'm going to try to pay attention to college football on a serious level because of the situation with this being the last West Coast Conference situation, or let's call it what it is, Pac-10, Pac-12 conference, old school style. So that's going away, right? So I'm going to dial into it and see if I can find some edges, and it might be a fun year. But I told you, why the hell would a coach, AD, anybody like that throw a schedule on right up top 5 versus 7? This is bad.
This is exactly why, because nobody wants to watch fucking the school of the deaf and blind play USC
under the rules. It's not advantageous for me though.
What do you mean?
It's not advantageous for me because look at what happens to one-loss teams. It's still not full playoffs yet to where we all get in and then we get jumbled and then we play each other. Right now, we still got that BCS kind of.
We've talked about this, homie. We've talked about in NCAA college basketball. We talked about how these teams are getting better. The 16 seeds playing the one. We talked about that. Football is getting better. Well, it's getting more competitive because of the transfer portal. Look what Colorado did. Look what Coach Prime did. My guy, Coach Prime. Look what he did with the transfer portal. And that's where all these kids are starting to do. Florida State has 3 guys that were the best players on their team that they got from the transfer portal. The wide receiver, and I didn't have time to go through the thing. There was a defensive guy, a wide receiver, and then one other cat who were the 3 top players. That's what I was saying. I can't remember. I know one was from I think Ole Miss or Mississippi, Mississippi. And then there was a couple other guys that were on.
Everybody's getting guys from everywhere.
You get the transfer portal where it's going to make it more competitive. How do you think Colorado went from a fucking 21-point underdog or 22, whatever it closed out at? Well, I think it started 22, went down to 21 because of everybody was on that. And then now they're ranked 21 in the top 25. But again, back to my boy Jordan Travis. Everybody's sleeping. If y'all forgot, this is a 10-year anniversary of almost Sticks having the trifecta. Okay. The Mariners, obviously didn't happen. 2013, Seahawks win the championship, the Lombardi, and guess who won the Natty that year? Jameis Winston.
Oh, okay.
2013.
Okay, that's what you're doing.
I probably should fact check that, but I'm pretty sure I know he won the Natty. I'm pretty sure it was Jameis. That was a crab leg debacle that year, I think.
He won something. He won the Heisman and the National at some year. I don't know what year it was, but he won both of them.
But my boys are back under Mike Norvell. They're ready to go. What's that dude's name? Remember we talked about it last year, the big defensive line coach, defensive coordinator. Oh, I should know this. Anyways, he's still there popping. He's still popping that D off. Let's go.
How are they gonna feel when Coach Prime leapfrogs Seminole Nation and becomes the head coach of the Dallas Cowboys without even doing nothing else? Watch this, yo.
I respect Coach Prime, but I think he is not gonna. I think he has too much animosity against the NFL. I don't know if he even wants to play that game with those clowns.
With those guys.
Especially once his kids get in the NFL. I think, what do you think? I mean, you think he's just gonna coach till his kids get out, and then once his kids get out, he's gonna wipe his hands clean and enjoy life a little bit. Now he's getting paid. Well, hopefully Colorado decides to pay him. They should be making enough money now to pay him.
Are we going to attempt to believe that half of these coaches that never played a game in the league, much less be a Hall of Famer, world champion, all of that legendary, can't coordinate a team CEO style? I'm not saying shout out to anybody.
I feel you.
But Mike Tomlin ain't, I'm saying he was a horrible player, not a horrible player, but on the scale, he wasn't making the league. Everybody knows this. All of those players like that, Sean McVay, these dudes aren't making the league. They're just playing. So therefore, they get a lot of time holding the clipboard and learning. And this is what happened. This guy's a legend. You trying to tell me that guy can't CEO a team? Professional team with real coaches, because you see what Aaron Glenn and Deuce do last year on the field for the Lions, and what we see with the Jets. Offensive coach OC, what's my man's name, Hackett, and the DC out there talking about biting people and all of this. You know what I mean? Those are the people that are really coaching and setting up strategy. All you're doing is saying what flights we get on, and you're taking the camera time.
Remind me to talk about the coaching once we get into the NFL season, because I got a few things on that too when we start talking about some over-unders and our top 5 power ranking and teams that we got going into opening weekend, week 1. Glad there's no week 0 like college football, where nobody plays nobody. This is the NFL where it's week 1 and
it might as well be, because this week is going to be horrible. Because you see what's happening now. All of a sudden, everybody's now practicing now, we're getting these injuries. Now the injury from Cooper Kupp that happened at the beginning of preseason now has all lingered all the way to the forefront. Now you got Travis Kelce. Hyperextension, bang, bang. Now all of a sudden, my man Taron Armstrong in Miami, all of a sudden his injury he had from beginning of preseason is now all of a sudden not going to allow him to play. So now these teams are affected seriously, man. And hey, look, you know what's going to happen. Week 1, I'm sitting everybody for the Chiefs. Goof is going on. I don't even care if they lose, but my boy Goof is about to show off. You remember what happened the last time he was in Arrowhead? 50-something to 50-something. And if you gonna beat Goof, you better bat him down with a bat, because he's going down heavy this year, boy. He's ready with no Travis Kelce.
There's a little NFL teaser for you. But before we get into the NFL, I have to put something out there real quick. We talked a little bit college football. I had to give a shout out to my boys in the Knolls, going up from number 8 to number 4.
That's beautiful.
They
gonna stay there?
UW. Oh no, they're just gonna keep. Oh no, 8 to number 2. what I see 2. No, I saw 4, but I think someone else has them at 2. But those are all irrelevant right now because, like you said, we're not even in the playoff atmosphere. And then the Huskies rolled up 2 with their magnificent performance against Boise State.
Those boys look good.
Again,
that quarterback can throw a ball, man.
Again, your boy cashed on that one. As you know, we're doing a little college football thing. We're going to get in there back in it this weekend. But anyways, I want to give a shout out to those guys. What a college football weekend. It's nice to be able to be home on a Saturday and a Sunday and watch those games. But before we get into NFL, I just want to hit real quick on MLB. There's not a lot to talk about right now. Your Dodgers are killing it. The Braves are killing it in the National League. You got the Mariners killing it. You got Julio on fire, hit 2 home runs again yesterday.
Is that what's really happening right now? Because I'm listening to y'all.
This guy's thinking
these people don't know nothing about. Y'all is fired up, and I don't know if the Mariners is really doing something or not. According to y'all,
if there's 27 games left, they're going 20-7. Mark my words right now. They're gonna figure it out. Their bullpen's been struggling a little bit, but they're going 20-7. If there's 27 games left, they're winning 20 of the next whatever games there are, right? So that's just 10 and what is that? 9-1 the next 2 weeks, and then whatever games are left. They're gonna win 20 more games. They're gonna win the AL West by let's just make it fun. Let's make it 1.5 games. Because they do have, I think they have 7 games against Texas and Houston left combined. I'd have to look into that next week when we get into the MLB. We'll talk a little more about it. But anyways, just had to give a big shout out to the Mariners and Julio and all the pitching and they're going on. They are like their whole pitching staff still number 2 in ERA. And, they don't walk a lot of people, but these motherfuckers still can't hit with the bases loaded or runners in scoring position. So let's figure that out. Even though they went, the whole month of August, won 21 games and all that shit, still got to learn how to hit with the bases with runners in scoring position. So,
but you know who can't hit with runners in scoring position, man? You can't catch us, man. The Senor Arturo, and I'm so small, man. You'll never be able to catch me, man. Never. The man, I don't even know where the city is, man. It's too cold and it's too wet, man. Senor Arturo, I'm too short. And I dodged the raindrops. Yo, I'm telling you, I had to bring back the Senor Altuve for everybody. But y'all ain't gonna be able to catch Houston, bro.
Yeah, they're soft. They just how do the I don't know what the Texas Rangers and the Houston Astros series the last 3 days has been. One team won 14-5. Next day the next team won 16-2, and then the next day the other team won. I think it was the Astros won 14-7 or some shit like that.
Well,
so neither one of these guys can pitch. Yeah, they can hit.
They got their lucky charm back. Even it's an old lucky charm. It's an old crusty, dusty lucky charm. But Verlander is back in the star uniform. So that means a lot to them, even if he don't do anything good, which he has done a couple of things good, but he hasn't done anything good all year. So this gives him a chance to kind of feed off their little mojo. Maybe his arm gets a little live, gets a little juice in it. You never know. Look out for the straws. I don't like the age, but I'm willing to forgive him.
Happen? I'll tell you right now. I'm willing
to forgive him.
If the Astros make it to the playoffs, that dude's going to come down with a poor little shoulder injury and just be like, "Oh, I hurt my arm." He ain't made for this no more. He ain't made for no Mariners lineup no more. He ain't ready, as homie likes to say. He ain't ready, dog. I'll mark my words right now. Verlander gets in there, playoff game 1 in against the Mariners. Playoff game 1. See ya later. Won't even make it out of the first inning.
What is the next pitch, man? Oh, no, it's the curve inside. Okay, here we go, man. Let's go.
This dude pulls up his shirt. We gotta get that on YouTube. There's a clip for y'all to check out. Homie trying to. I like it though. You know how it is. They hurt your team too.
It's an audio medium. I forgot, but we need to just throw it up there. Just throw it up there for fun.
All right, brother. Let's get into some NFL since we only got a few left. You want to start off with? I know you already got your best bets ready. We'll go over unders. We'll go. You want to start with your top 5 power rankings, then go over under, or your top 10 power rankings, then go over under, and then we'll close it out with Thursday night best bets real quick. we don't have player props, but I think between you and I, we could probably just chum up a couple in our head because we kind of know what the numbers are going to be. In my head, I feel that we kind of know what those could be, and I think either way, I think it's easy to figure out until we get tomorrow, and then I'll be at work till 6 o'clock, so we're gonna get all these in the afternoon tomorrow sometime, or get a couple. We'll have to try to get a couple in.
Yeah, well, I think real quick, but I think what's more beneficial to get a people though, the top is cool because everybody kind of knows what those guys are. But we've seen a lot of win totals, and what I was willing to go on the line and tell the people, even after I told y'all, is that I will stand by. Okay, there's no double digit win team. Okay, nobody wins over double digits, so no 11 win team. I'll say that. Okay, so that means I am willing to fade directly the Eagles, the Bengals, the Buffalo Bills, and the Kansas City Chiefs, who I always.
Who'd you say? On. Philly who?
Cincinnati.
Cincy.
Buffalo. KC. And San Francisco. That goes without saying. Okay. Yep. So San Francisco's 10.5. Kansas City is 11.5 win total. So is Philadelphia. Cincinnati is also 11.5. And Buffalo was 10.5. Okay. I thought that that's very vital for people to know because I want y'all to understand that there's parity in these leagues. If y'all got fantasy football teams, y'all seen these young quarterbacks sitting that didn't get drafted. I guarantee y'all going to understand why these dudes are going to be factors in a minute. So that is very important. Now, who's going to be the over? So if you look at all of those teams are double digits, and I don't think that they're going to hit. So who's the big team that's going to hit the under? This or the over. This might bring a smile to my boy's face right here. This might bring a smile to my boy's face right here. Out of surveying all of the teams, I have selected a hot, 7 that I think will hit the over. Out of all of them, I am willing to go out on the limb and put my face and words on the line and tell you, I can tell you, New Orleans at a number of 9.5 will be the one team that will surprise everybody, and they are going to win 10 games. They're not going to win 11 because there's not going to be a 10 team that wins 11 games, but they will win 10 games, and that is your big bet. And I would suggest a lot of people go out and see what the win total price is on that one, because that one is one that if you look at that division, Carolina, Tampa Bay, and Atlanta, okay, and they are the only team with a solid lineup. You talk about Michael Thomas coming back, Alvin Kamara sitting on the bench, suspended for 4 games. Then he comes back in the mix while they have the mojo, even though you can't trust him for fantasy purposes. But those are good reasons to look to.
Here's a good reason. I mean, can I go off? Can I give you the quarterbacks the New Orleans defense who finished top 5 last year in defense, I believe. Mm-hmm. Who they're playing this year. These are the quarterbacks that they're playing. Shout out to Ari Marav at My Sports Update. Right. We appreciate you.
Number one, the lowest strength of schedule. Go ahead and read it up.
Yeah, here's the quarterbacks. I'll just roll through the list real quick. Bang. Tannehill, young, rookie. Jordan Love, Baker Mayfield, Mac Jones, C.J. Stroud, rookie. Trevor Lawrence, AR-15, Anthony Richardson, rookie. Justin Fields, Kirk Cousins, Desmond Ritter, Jared Goff, Bryce Young, rookie, Daniel Jones, Matthew Stafford, Baker Mayfield, Desmond Ritter, obviously.
A whole bunch of guys that we put in that meh category, that just a serviceable category. They're not.
So I like that over 9.5 easy. I mean, they got to win 10.
Look at the division, first of all.
Right.
Because, I mean, they could run the table in the division. Could they not? Okay. Easily. So that's my thing. If they have the possibility, they're the only team I think that has the possibility to run the table in their division. That gives them a leg up. And then not to mention them, along with Atlanta, also have the 2 easiest schedules in the league. So I thought that would be a good tidbit to give the people. We'll talk about other stuff as we move on, as we get into quarterbacks and things like that. But what about Thursday? We got a game tomorrow, man. I already talked about how I feel about Goof, okay, and my love for surf and turf, which is now taking it to the Motor City. Jumped in his car, and he's out there whipping the Lions like Siegfried and Roy. Okay. They're playing the Kansas City Chiefs in Arrowhead. I got -6.5 still. You can get it under a touchdown. 54.5 was the number. Detroit is +230. Would you take a flyer on the plus 230? I don't even know why I asked that question.
You already know, dog. You already know. If we get plus 230, we'll put it in right now. I don't know where Jones is at, but when Jones listens, he's gonna be flying to his Vegas hotspot and putting that in because he'd probably get 250. But yeah, I mean, we're already in for we got the plus 6.5. I see.
Beautiful. Guess where the line is now?
It's 5, unless it's less. It was 5 last night when I looked. So is it?
How about 4.5?
Is it 4.5 now? All day. And you know what? I'd take a flyer on the underdog. You know how I am. Overs and underdogs. What else does your boy play? Overs and underdogs.
That's it.
And you got to roll. But there is go back real quick to the college football plays. I didn't know this until halfway through the first quarter. I guess on first down, the clock doesn't stop anymore in college football.
I need to pay attention to that.
Yeah, you have to look at that because I'm pretty sure they said that the clock doesn't stop anymore on first down. It keeps going. So when you got these high over totals, which let's all be realistic. If a college football game hits the over, it hits the over by more than a touchdown or two or whatever. It's
you can believe in it.
It's double digits over, right? Very rarely are you going to get an over where you're going to get a bad beat. Well, there are bad beats, obviously, every week, but not on the games that not very often on the games that everybody plays, okay? So you're going to get those bad beats, obviously. But, yeah, look at the clock, find out what the college football rules are. I didn't even know that. I think I heard it halfway through, maybe even heard it yesterday or something.
And now that you mention it, I think I heard an announcer mention something about the way that the clock moves and when I was watching one of these games, but I was too distracted. I was too distracted by all these young boys who can't catch. It's way too many drops out here in college, man.
There are. My boy Jordan Travis would have threw for 500 yards in the first half if old boy could have caught the ball.
Dude, he was getting robbed, yo. His boys was like this. Why? I don't understand.
But yeah, Chip Kelly went off on the halftime, and he's like, "Hey." You know, someone asked him a question, and the thing he said was, "Yeah, I hope ESPN's making a lot of money right now on those commercials or some shit." Because they have, a lot. And then I heard an interview yesterday from, who was it? I can't remember. But he's like, it was the Jake Dickert, the WSU coach. He was talking about the first quarter. He's like, he didn't notice, but in the second quarter, they had to stop play for like eight different times so they could run commercials. Because he was asked a question about the commercials or the first downs and shit or something. But there's more commercials. The clock's not stopped. I don't know what it was, but it was crazy. But anyways, looking at. But yeah, back to NFL. All day, Kansas City, or not Kansas City. All day, fade Kansas City. That's how I was last year. But I think this is the year to really fade. You were talking about over-unders, homie, and I'm 100% all in on the under 11.5 for KC. You said not a lot of teams are going to win. You said beyond no teams 10. But are going to get to 10, but you said there are very minimal if they do get to 10. I'd take Jacksonville over 9.5. I think this is their year. They still got Doug Peterson there. And like I got to go with the Homer over under here because we were talking offline, me, you, and Barcott.
Go ahead.
And what did I say? Their Seahawks over under is 9.5. I think they win 10 easy.
Easy. They're another 10 win team.
Yeah,
there's a whole bunch. That's what I'm saying. The problem is going to be a whole bunch of 10 win teams.
I don't know where everybody's getting their San Francisco love from. This organization is a freaking disaster.
They don't know like we know. They don't know like we know.
They are a disaster, and
we hate them.
10.5. I would take the under on that all day long.
Big time. Big time. And while you're on the topic, I mean, that's what I'm saying. Nick Bosa's getting money, and you know what happens when dudes get money. You see what happens every time. So I'm not concerned with what they're doing over there. I'm just hoping that y'all handle our lightweight, because if we let Brock Purdy run through this division again, how are we going to hold our heads high in the NFC West like this while I'm sitting here in the bungalow? and you're right there, what I'm saying, in Lumen Field, rocking it out and enjoying us. We can't walk and hold our heads high if we let Brock Purdy do this.
And Brock Purdy ain't gonna. And who's Brock Purdy's backup? Sam Darnold. How many damn teams has Sam Darnold played for?
On,
yeah, he's from USC. He's back in California, whatever. But this dude has been traveling around, probably out of the league a few times. But Brock Purdy and Sam Darnold, you get rid of your number one, your first round draft pick that you traded the farm for to get.
Well, he wasn't no good.
Right. And
but they just made a bet. I mean,
and then who could trust Christian McCaffrey? Who could trust Deebo Samuel, who just got paid?
Exactly.
Who else did they get that was Ayuk? He's been hurt.
Okay. So here is the beef. Now, you know how much I hate them. So every time I hear 49ers, my ears peak up. I'm in the car the other day, and you know what I hear? After you said all of these people are getting money, Nick Bosa just gets money. But a couple of days ago, I hear, Brandon Ayuk has been on the coattails of Kyle Shanahan again, and they have been buddies and he is so happy with the extra work. And Deebo Samuel is potentially going to be phased out of the offense in favor.
They just paid.
Of that, exactly. So now we're talking about this dude's going to be shining over Deebo, who got the money. It's going to happen. Watch. These reporters, these sideline reporters, don't be getting this info out of nowhere, yo.
All right, we got a few minutes left, but I got to ask you something, homie.
Go ahead.
You're Indianapolis Colts, and the only reason that I would like to fade the over/under of 6.5. It's not because of Anthony Richardson. It's not because of the Jonathan Taylor holdout.
Go ahead.
It's because, does this head coach have any idea what in the Sam hell he is doing? What's his name? Something Steinrach or some shit? Steichen. Does he have
Steichen? I don't know if
any
he's good.
clue what the hell he is doing? He asked the question, did y'all drive here? Did y'all take the bus here?
Oh, no, I know. That was the Cardinals HC.
Oh, that was
Jonathan Gannon. I don't know what's up with that guy.
Oh, well, okay. They're a train wreck too. I just fucked everything up. That didn't even go to the thing.
That put the stamp on the fact that they're a train wreck. Okay.
So anyways, what is who is the so it's still Stanek for the
Yeah. He came and took over for Saturday after they did all that. So they got him from the Eagles staff.
Okay. Anyways, I haven't heard anything from this guy then after I just made an ass out of myself. But hey, that's what we do. We're live. We just fuck around. You got
to go look up that Jonathan Gannon clip, though, that he talked about for the Arizona Cardinals HC. Yeah. It's cringeworthy. Look it up.
Okay. So, all right. So anyways, now that I just have to put my head between my legs on that one, what do you got for some we got the best bet that we already put in. We want the plus 6.5, which we got. We'd still probably take it. Hey, hell no, we're gonna take the money line. I'll fuck around and take the +4 also, because it's gonna be a close game with your boy Goof firing up on all cylinders.
Yep.
With Dan Campbell back there. So there's one that I want to roll with.
Go ahead.
Because I think it's gonna be pretty low. Because I haven't looked at the depth chart, but Jahmyr Gibbs, the first round pick. Or their first pick, first round pick is the RB1.
Yep.
Right. It's got to be set. It's got to be set at like 58, maybe even. I don't even know if it'd be over 50. But don't you think 50, 58? I mean, you got Amon-Ra St. Brown out there. You got some weapons, but I think Dan Campbell picked this kid for a reason, and I think they kind of want to grind. And they got rid of my boy Jamal. And went to New Orleans. Another reason why New Orleans is going to win 10 games.
Exactly.
But I think they're going to give this kid the rock, and he's very capable of breaking one. So I would say, what do you say, homie? Am I wrong that maybe it only be 54, 58 yards?
Okay, here's the question. So here's the thing with, if you're looking at rush yards with Jahmyr Gibbs, they also have Singletary there. And from the word on the street is, word on the street is ground and pound, and my man Jahmyr Gibbs is, until they get some hands for Goof, reliable hands to go with Amon St. Brown, then he may be running some special tactics for them alongside what he normally does. This is what I hear. And Singletary will be getting more of the pound. So a little bit of the thunder and lightning type of activity. Word on the street says, I don't know what they're going to actually do. But if you get the ball in this kid's hand in open field in just the wheel route, the little jump off out of the backfield screen out the back, it's going to be magic. So I would look for his receiving yards and see if they are low. I can't set a number because I'm not, sure about that. But since I heard that little special thing, I
bet you 32.
It should be safe, yo. It's good 28. That this kid could have. Is it not inconceivable that this kid could have 4 receptions or 3 or 4 receptions for 35, 40 yards?
Yeah.
Along with his rushing yards. So look at
break that. One on that wheel, though.
Exactly. Like you said. That's what I'm saying. So it's not inconceivable that that's the way that he scores. So look at that too. Another trend that I want to bring up from last year, y'all remember how slow KC starts in these games, y'all. They always start off slow.
That's a good point.
They give everybody a jump start, and then they start acting like Muhammad Ali out here. It becomes rope-a-dope. So first half, Detroit, because number one, KC is packing a defense, but a little fat defense. So my man's angry. He's trying to get paid. Okay, with what's my man's name? Chris Clark Jones.
Frank Clark, Chris Jones.
Yeah. But he's trying to get paid. Kelsey's out. They got a flurry of things. They don't know who they're going to give the ball to, but Patrick Mahomes doesn't care who he gives the ball to, so he will make somebody famous on tomorrow. But I'm thinking about the defense and look to first half. Detroit, see if your number's juicy. I'm not going to tell you what to look because I haven't looked at what the first half is, but that's a good place to go.
First half over. Hey, who's the second half team every year that we rolled with? The last 2 years, second half.
You gotta kill
hands
them.
Down.
You gotta kill them. I'm telling you, you gotta step into the Lions den.
Yeah.
And you gotta kill these boys if you want to beat them. I mean, all year you looked at the stats and it was so obvious.
How many games they lose by less than a touchdown or whatever
Detroit was the highest point differential, but they just was catching bad losses to people. They barely lost and things like this. So I got to go see what's up with this last episode of Hard Knocks, man, because I do have the Jets on the overside, and I don't want that to miss. If anybody wants to know who else I had on the overside, I did co-sign Seattle on the overside. I also have Pittsburgh on the overside.
Oh, yep, I like that one. I had that one too.
I have Cleveland on the overside, which is strange to have, but I think with the numbers that are over there, if I remember correctly, Pittsburgh's only got an 8.5. If I remember correctly, let me give it to
9.5.
Pittsburgh is a 9.5.
No, 8.5. 8.5. You're right. 8.5 because they were 9-8 last year. Yep.
So I like that as a good solid 9-win team. And the Cleveland will be another 10-win team. This is what I mean. There's going to be a lot of 10-win teams. So I don't know how this playoffs is going to work out. And you know what? I also have, because of Indianapolis's problems, Tennessee, even though they're horrible and I hate them, and I think Jacksonville's going to run away at that division, Tennessee can win 8 games, Joe. Come on, it was Derrick Henry. Come on, why can Tennessee not win 8 games? The number is 7.5. What reason could Derrick Henry and Malik Willis and a little bit of growth, if they decide to sack what's the name? What is the chance that my man Will Levis and Derrick Henry cannot get them 8 wins? I don't care if Tannehill's there now.
Let me put you on the spot real quick, homie, and then we're gonna close this out. Amon St. Brown over under 89.5 yards tomorrow.
Rushing total.
Amon St. Brown receiving over
receiving.
I take your boy Goof over
89.5.
Yeah, I can't imagine it being higher than that.
Hell no, I'll take the under.
Under? Yeah. With your boy Goof throwing for 300 tomorrow?
Yeah, I need to see look at it. I need to look at the
we'll see it tomorrow. Chart. We'll see it tomorrow. But Amon St. Brown is the number one, and he's going off tomorrow. He'll get 100 easy and 2 TDs. Remember to subscribe, rate, and review on your favorite podcast platform. Go to thisfunner.com for more podcasts and online content. Grab some merch while you're there from the Funner family. Check us out on YouTube at Sports Fix with Sticks and Nas Big Homie. We're there. Subscribe and smash the like button. Follow me on Twitter at Stick015. Follow this guy, Anonymous Big Homie, at homie_anonymous. And follow the producer, Chris Donovan, at Chris_Donovan. What you got, homie?
Man, I thought you was talking about Jahmyr Gibbs. Of course, Amon-Ra is going to do 125 yards easy and 2 touchdowns.
Why?
Damn, this is fun.
That was Sports Fix with Sticks. Thank you for listening, and don't forget to subscribe, rate, and review the show. If you want to join the show, use the hashtag SticksandSports.